It's a good idea to make a habit of palming maybe once a day at a regular time, or at intervals when you feel the need. It can be used as a form of relaxation. It can also be used to check out whether you're doing the Bates method techniques in the desired manner. For example, if you're doing the long swing, palm for a few minutes beforehand and see how your eyes are feeling and how the visual field looks. Then you do the long swing, eyes closed, eyes open, and so on, and then palm again. And if it's had the right effect, your visual field will have darkened and become stiller. The uses of palming are to stop you trying to control your vision, to help you to relax your mind and your eyes, and to measure your levels of tension or relaxation. When you're working at a computer, you can rest your eyes quite easily by putting up your hands and palming for a few seconds. Another thing that's good to change the focal distance is to look away out of the window and blink a little. You can also use the cursor on the screen as a way of swinging, which will loosen up your gaze. See if you can get the impression that rather than the computer being still and the cursor moving across the screen, the cursor is the focal point of your attention, and the screen, the computer, and the whole room around it are actually moving in the opposite direction to the point which you are following with your attention. You can use print to practice swinging with. This is a page of Dr. Bates's book, and I'm swinging the eye of the camera across the page. The idea of swinging the print is to prevent you from fixating on the actual print and to allow it to flow smoothly across your visual field. And this is quite a tricky thing and needs practice, because in the modern age where we focus so much on print and its meaning, we're always trying to fix things to make them as still as we can, and that is counterproductive. I'm going to take a pen, and I'm going to take the pen along the white space between the lines of print, like that. So my attention is on where the point of the pen is moving across the page, or you can see it another way, the page is moving across underneath the point of the pen, and all the print along with it. And the reason I'm looking at the white space and not the letters as such is that whenever you look at letters, the tendency is to want to home in on them, get them into focus and read them. The main aim of this practice is not to actually read the print, but to practice being relaxed while looking at print. And to help internalize this attention to movement, we do the same thing as with the long swing. You swing the print, and then you close your eyes and remember that experience of swinging the print. And when you open your eyes, just like with the camera, did you notice it momentarily was out of focus? It doesn't matter. Things are constantly moving in and out of focus. Just let them do that. So then you carry on. And then you close your eyes again. And then close your eyes. Here is a page of print of different sizes, from large to smaller, down to quite tiny at the bottom. Don't go for the smallest, blurriest print you can when you're starting your practice. So you might start on that size of print and then gradually move down, doing your swinging practice, always getting the print to move and then closing your eyes and remembering the movement, and going down and down and down until you reach the smallest line of print. And this isn't the smallest line of print that you can read. This is the smallest line of print where you can perceive the swing. Although obviously if you can nearly read it and the happens to be a little change in the focus, you'll notice that. Instead of moving from large print to smaller and smaller as you progress in your practice, you could start from a distance which is fairly well in focus and move to a distance that is less and less in focus as you become more confident with the process. Being a passenger in a moving vehicle gives you lots of opportunities to practice swinging. The white lines on the road, trees, buildings, other vehicles, all moving steadily through your field of vision. Looking from the map to the road and back is very good, as long as you can avoid straining to get things into focus. And if you have the chance to look at a map without being under any pressure to actually read it, you can let the motion of the car shake the words and symbols about. Just watch them shaking. Treat it as a game. If you leave the words to their own devices, you may well find that they shake themselves into focus.